So are you a songwriter that may want to demo songs in a different voice other than yours? Or you're an artist and you may need to use some backing vocals, but you don't want to use your vocals. You want to use some more vocals. Well, IK Multimedia has made the perfect solution. It is called Reyn. And I'm going to show you guys how I use it. Yeah, me. Y'all gonna hear me sing today. Bolo! So I got my hands on IK Multimedia's Reyn. It is a voice modeling plugin, and you can use this in standalone. And what I can say is I'm very impressed by what this thing can do. Now, I ain't gonna lie, I'm a little skeptical about the whole AI voice modeling thing or whatever, but after doing a deep dive into this plugin, it's not necessarily a AI situation, even though it kind of is, but they actually use real human beings. So this is not something where they're stealing from somebody else and they're programming it into their own plugin and stuff like that. They actually have permission from real human beings to use their voice. And in that way, if you want to change up your voice, you can use the voice modeling inside of Reyn. And to be honest, I think you might be shocked on how good this thing actually works. Now, there's several ways to use this. You can use this as a plugin, or you can use this in a standalone situation. Now, the way I use it in a standalone situation to where I will import the audio into Reyn, find the voice modeling that I like, and then I re-import it back into my DAW. And I'm gonna show you guys that this is not as tedious as what you think it might be. It's actually kind of easy to use. Now, here comes the fun part right here. I actually recorded some vocals myself. Now, I'm not the best singer in the world, but I can hold a little note. But what I'm gonna do is we're gonna take my vocals, add them into Reyn, change them into some other vocals, and then we're gonna play it back. So let's go ahead and open up Reyn, and I can show you guys how this thing works. All right, so we're in Pro Tools right now, and I have my original vocals right here. I am not the best singer in the world. I don't have any auto-tune or anything on here. I can hold a little note, but I'll let you guys decide that. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section. So here are the vocals I'm going to be using today. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. Hey, not too bad. Not too bad. But let's go ahead and open up Reyn real quick. All right, so we got Reyn open. As you guys can see, it is very easy. It has basically 5 different little modes on here. It has your character, your dynamic, your effects, and your accent. And then you have the actual voice mode right here, which is Jenny. That's what you start off with. So right now, if we go to all of our voice modes, we have different people that we can take and transform our voice to them, okay? So right now we're in Jenny, and if we preview Jenny.
Late evening, we're laughing at jokes from memory.
Okay, that's Jenny right there, okay? And then we have like Maya.
Late evening, we're laughing.
Yeah, we got Aaron.
My friends are all legends. They rip me when I'm low.
Okay, so we can change our voice to one of those voices, and it has a whole bunch of other stuff in here to kind of like help us out, like especially with the effects. They got the tune on here. They got the contour, the reverb, the dynamics. They got all that stuff on here. And then with the character, you have the transpose on here. You can make your character lively, energetic, smooth, mellow, all that good stuff. Then we have the dynamic. We can use the source or the flat part of our vocal. Or we can use the accent, which we can use just the model accent, which is Jenny, or we can just use the source, which is my actual vocal. And, you can mix these up just to try to, make it sound as best as you want to make it. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this in a standalone setting because that's the way I like to use it. And I think it's very easy to use it in a standalone setting. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to choose a file, and I've already bounced the file that I had in here. So I'm going to go right here to choose a file, and then I'm just going to go ahead and pick this right here, the Bolo, ABC. So we're going to pick that right there, and then we're going to play it, of course. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. We have it in here. Now, what we want to do is change this to Jenny's voice, okay? So we have everything that we want. We want a balanced character, the dynamics, we want it from the source, and we got all the effects what we need, and the accent, we're going to keep it as a mixed accent. So what I'm going to do is hit process, and it doesn't really take that long to do it. And once we have that done, we can now preview it. So let's go ahead and play it.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S.
So as you can see, my voice is now Jenny's voice. Very easy. And then what I can do is, if I like that particular voice, I can go right here and I can take this and I can just drag this back into my Pro Tools session. So now I actually have my voice and Jenny's voice in here. So I can either take my voice out and just leave Jenny's voice right here, or I can use Jenny's voice as a backup or like some background vocals. So if I play both of them,
A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P.
Very cool, like you're trying to write songs or whatever and you need some backing vocals. Instead of using your own backing vocals, you can use other backing vocals if you want to. Or if you want to write songs as if I'm a male and I want to, change it to a female voice, I can do that right now. Or if you're a female and you need to change it to a male voice, you can do that right now as well. So it's actually very easy to do this. So right now we use the female voice. Let's go back into Resing. And now that we're back into Resing, we can actually change this right now. So I actually want to change this to, let's go to a deeper voice right here. Let's see, we got Aaron right here. Let's select Aaron. And then let's go ahead and process this real quick. So as you guys can see, it does not take that long to do this. And let's see here. And let's go ahead and play this back.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P.
That easy. Done. Already done. So now what we can do is we can take this and we can just drag this back into our program. And then now we can either use his voice or we can use this as some background vocals to our lead vocal. And now we can play it back.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z.
Yeah, so it's super easy to use this. Now, another thing that I do want to say is the effects is actually very dope, because if we go into here and we actually go right here to where it says tune, it automatically found what key I'm in. And then right now we have the tune even on soft and it sounds much better. So if you're singing and you're not necessarily in tune, the Resing will try to correct your vocals so that it is in tune. Make sure that the pitch and everything is right. So you have it on soft, you can have it on medium, or you can have it on hard, or you can put it on reverb. You can turn the reverbs up and down on here. And it has a lot of great stuff on here. Now, I like to leave everything pretty much how it is right here, because I try to, have it as natural as possible. And if you want to change a few things about the vocals, you can change it in here. You can make it more lively, energetic, smooth, or mellow. It's very subtle. It's not like a really huge difference. It's very subtle, but it does make a difference. Now, another thing is you can add more people in here. Okay, so they have different modes that you can add in here. So as you guys can see, I have a few of them in here. I don't have everything in here, but I have a good amount, and you can even change your voice to a synthesizer if you wanted to, okay? Sounds pretty cool. Not my cup of tea, but it sounds actually pretty cool. But I want to try one thing too. I want to try right here this synth choir. I'm going to try this synth choir real quick. I'm going to leave everything as is, and I'm just going to process this and see how it sounds because I haven't tested this yet. So I'm going to process it, see how long it takes. Seems like it's not going to take that long. And we are done. Now let's go ahead and play this back and see how it sounds.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P.
All right, sounds cool. You might can take this and bury it into the background or something like that, but it's okay. It's okay. It's not my cup of tea. But as you guys can see, Reyn is actually very cool to use. And if you're trying to take your vocals and turn them into something else and be very creative with it, this is a perfect tool for you to use. So, yeah, Reyn is actually pretty dope. All right, so there it is, Reyn by IK Multimedia. If you guys want to go ahead and get this, go ahead and click the link in the video description. And of course, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you guys learned something from it. And like I always say, peace out.